Hello and welcome to 5 Common Extreme Obstacles with Vegas Trash here on Dick Nixon's YouTube channel. I'm exclusively on Dick Nixon's YouTube channel, guys, so please support Dick Nixon. Okay, we're going to go over the 5 obstacles first, and then we're going to go back through, and I'm going to break it down on how to get through these without melting down and being consistent with them. So get ready. It's going to be exciting, sort of. The first one is the overhang. This is one variation. Okay. Here's the second variation. You hear that frog in the background? Second variation, right? Okay. Now the second is the back tire bonk. Alright. Oh yes. The third is a step up type obstacle. Very common. At least in my tracks. Okay. The fourth is a steep slope. And finally, we were at broken climb, the last of the 5. Okay, that was glorious. Okay, my head's in concrete. I'll be right back with you guys. Okay, so the first obstacle, overhang. So the 2 different types, this one here you're going to approach, and speed is always a factor obviously with any obstacle, but the most common thing people do in trials is just gas the hell out of freaking, they just gas it. They do the same thing over and over and just gas, more gas, like they're playing a driving game. Okay, we know that this is not how you play trials, okay? So usually you want to be close on these, and this is basically just bunny hopping a little early. Okay, you're bunny hopping early on this platform here. There. No other techniques needed, right? Simple bunny hop early. Okay. The next one is a little more tricky. And I went over this in my other extreme tutorial. So once again, speed is not your friend necessarily on this, right? You see, this game is not about speed, it's about technique. Okay, so that inertia tends to carry you up coming in like that. So you're going to want to get close on this, all right? That's this specific one. I mean, there are different variations, but this is the basic gist of it. So this is a gas while pulling back. Let me get over here first. Gas while putting, and also the rider position is very important on this. So you can see, you can lean your rider forward, all the way back, or center. So this, I tend to lean the rider back, but you could probably lean them center also. Actually, center is even better. It's a good thing about tutorials. You learn something. Pay attention. Okay, so you're going to center the guy on the bike. As you gas it, you're going to pull back and then push forward as your back tire hits while hitting the brake. You know, your gas can be kept down, just like so. You can see the brake. I purposely carried over on that. So we're going to get close, center the rider on the bike. You're going to gas, pull back like that. Okay. Whoops. Damn, it's a technical game. Okay. So you get right at the base. You're going to pull back, push forward while hitting brake as you hit the top. And there he comes right up. Okay. Moving on. So the next one is the back tire bonk. Okay. Now this is pretty straightforward, but what I would do is, you know, if you're new to the game or extreme tracks, you could set up something like this, all right, and don't release it to anybody, but just practice yourself. What you'll do is you're basically just working on the angle that your bike is hitting. So this is easy. There's no bunny hop involved here on this particular one, but a lot of times people will have a bunny hop. So you're just focusing on the angle your bike is hitting this. So before doing anything, just try to be consistent. You can see the angle there. You could see that was a little off. And another thing you do is come in and change your angle at the last second. I tend to do this. So come here, and then right before you get there, you can pull back and then get the angle you want. Then it's basically a back forward while gassing. Okay, so basic bunny hop. But this is the most common issue when people approach this. They're a little too nose high. Okay, you need to get your body moving forward over this obstacle, right? Forward, forward. It's a quick back forward, right? It's not just forward, it's a back forward. So I'm just going to go forward here. You'll see what happens, right? There's back. That does nothing too, right? That does nothing. You want the right angle, back forward. Next one. Here we go, ready? There's a little trick right there too. That's a quick break, and that brings your front end right up. That's another topic. Here we go. Next one, steep slope. Okay. Oh wait, sorry, no, excuse me. This is step up right here. Number 3, step up. Okay, so this is a pretty common one. So this definitely can hang people up. Okay. A lot of times when people get on it, and this makes it more difficult usually. It's still possible like this on a lot of the obstacles. It depends on how it's set up. But you see what happens, right? Or you could really get tricky and try to hop from there, which is even harder. So this is on Way of the Machine, I believe, this obstacle. I mean, among other extreme tracks, but this is one I tend to throw in a lot just because it bothers people. Okay, so this you could either just hit your back tire, or you could come down with both. But you're going to usually want to hit your back tire first, and then a quick bunny hop. So similar to the very first obstacle. Yet I can't seem to do it. Okay, so it's basically like that, and then a feather. That really wasn't the best, but it's okay as long as you get up the freaking thing, right? Okay, there's that. All right, next one. Let me just do that properly. That was embarrassing. This is still pretty bad. This is terrible. This is awful. Don't do this. What I'm doing right now. That's terrible. And also, freaking out and melting down is not going to help you play any better. It's just... usually remain calm if you can. If you start freaking out, then it's time to go back to hard tracks. Okay, so steep slope is the last one. So, sorry, excuse me, is the 4th one. This is pretty common as well. So, very common on this. People just lean forward when they get on here, and the same thing is going to keep happening. You're going to want to usually land back tire first, and then it's a back forward. So watch, you'll see as you land back tire, and then a back forward. Resets your bike position. See the back forward right there? And then it's a feather. So this can be tricky. Back forward, back forward. Bunny hop. And always usually gas it as you hit. You don't need to do the back forward every time, but it usually resets your bike and usually, and you want to land high up. Okay, then you're gonna feather. Feathering the throttle is huge in this game. Okay, so that was that one, alright? Do one more time. Back forward again. And so on. And you could just set these up yourself in there, like I said. Same obstacle, practice them. Okay, then when it really counts, when everybody's not watching you play the game, you'll be good, alright? So, broken climb is the last one. Now, this is a pretty usually momentum-based obstacle. You can get here and try to go from there, but it makes it much more difficult. So you're going to use your speed back forward, and then bunny hop. You usually back tire first. Okay, you can land. Yeah, back tire first, bunny hop, and that's actually called like a G throttle or something, where you're pushing over the obstacle here. See that kind of thing happening. Bunny hop, push over the last one, or another bunny hop depending on the angle. So you're gonna want to use that momentum. You could even keep, here's another quick trick I did on my last one too, but you're gonna keep the throttle down in between the two. Okay, this will actually, the inertia will carry your bike a little bit more than having no gas pinned. So you'll see here. Now this isn't necessarily the best obstacle to show it on, but you see how that's pinned the whole time, it just carries you up. In between, it just gives you that little bit more. Okay, so this was extremely long-winded. Sorry if it was long-winded. I'm actually not sorry, but that's a whole nother story. Okay, I gotta get this guy out of the concrete here. You can see that's not going well for him right there. Anyway, we're gonna run him one more time. Okay, this has been Vegas Trash on the Dick Nixon channel. Go ahead and subscribe there. For what? I'm not sure. But go ahead and subscribe there. That'll really be great. All about getting as many people as possible to watch these, which means about 50, 60. Go ahead and share it on your Facebook. Follow me on Twitter and like me in life. Is that right? Okay. Anyway, Dick Nixon signing out. This has been another Trials tutorial for me, you, and your mother.